Hello, I'm Claire Bicknell, owner of the Catena Network, and we're out again today on another fair weather Catena Cast. We're here at Lady Bay, home of Nottingham Rugby, and we are able to go and have a chat with Neil Fowkes, head coach, and Jordan Coughlin, who's one of the players and the Catena sponsored player. So let's go and have a word and see what it's like playing in a professional rugby team. So we're here in the stands at Nottingham Rugby's Day talking with Neil Fowkes, head coach of Nottingham Rugby, and Jordan Coughlin, a Catena sponsored player at Nottingham Rugby. I'm going to start with you, Jordan. So as a concerned sponsor, how are you?
I'm really well.
Good.
I'm injury free.
Fantastic. Good marketing potential.
Yeah, just enjoying my season so far. Like we're 5 or 6 games in. Couldn't really ask it to go any better at the moment.
Excellent. You haven't been sent off or anything?
No, nothing. Not this
fantastic.
season.
Any tries?
Yeah, I've had 2 in the last 2 games.
Excellent.
So yeah, I'm on a bit of a roll. So hopefully I can keep that up.
Yeah, keep the Catena flying.
Absolutely,
excellent.
Yeah.
So, Neil, it has actually been a really good start to the season for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we've won 4 of those opening 6 games. We're really happy with how we started. It's been great down here at the Bay, seeing so many people down here watching us, and it's been a really good atmosphere down here. So really pleased with how we started, and hopefully more to come in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was talking with Joe, your comms guy, earlier, and he was saying that things are really growing off the pitch as well as on. He was saying that crowds are increasing. Have you seen that? Do you notice that from the pitch? Are you aware of more people?
Absolutely, especially the Friday games, we're getting hundreds down here, and even just Sunday gone by, we had, was it 800 kids or something, or
800
between
kids?
500 to 800 kids coming down just from the local communities. So yeah, we could really hear that on the pitch, and it really helps the lads play a bit better and sort of get them going before the games and stuff. So.
Sorry,
it's just so nice to see the place full on a match day. I think the guys over in the office, Joe, Steve Smith, have done such a great job to boost our crowds, and it is paying off. And as Jordan said, the lads really appreciate it, and it's such a great feeling to have this place full and the noise going up, especially when we're doing so well.
Excellent. And is it because you've got the crowds and the noise? Is that why you're doing so well? Obviously, your fitness and skill and all that comes into it as well.
I think it goes hand in hand. I don't think you can have a successful club with one side of it going well and the other side not going so well. So I think we keep doing our job on the pitch, and the guys keep doing their job to get all the supporters in, and the supporters do their job on match day, cheering the boys on. I think it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and that's what we're seeing in a minute, and hopefully that continues.
Excellent. I'm always interested to know the life of a professional sports person, and what makes you a professional sports person, and how you have to, I guess, look after yourself and that. So, Jordan, what's your kind of typical day as a professional rugby?
Well, we come in for about 8 o'clock. That sometimes start off with the gym session, or it could be a meeting. And even before that, we're actually doing measures. So you come in and you sort of put into an online log how you're feeling, certain measurements you have to do, by stretching, and just in general how your upper body and your lower body feels after a game, especially after a Sunday. You come in on a Tuesday and you still be quite sore. So
do you get the Monday off?
Get the Monday off,
that's
but you still have to go
off.
in and do your rehab or your pool session in Roco gym. So yeah, it'll give the medical staff a bit of a basis on who can train on Wednesday and Thursday, and give me a bit of a basis.
Do you have any of this sort of my bruise is bigger than your bruise?
No, I think in fairness to all the lads, I think we sort of get on with it. We sort of stick our heads down, and because I know our numbers are sort of low sometimes in training because the uni, obviously we're very joint with the uni, and they be playing games, so the coaches have to sort of let them go and do their training as well. So I think the lads sort of have to front up and just get on with training and just try and play at 15, and just get on with it.
So are you very much led by the boss in your nutrition, your training, that kind of thing, what you need to do behind the scenes as well?
Yeah, I think in fairness to the coaches, they give the lads a lot of leadership with themselves to go and either whether it's in the gym or with your nutrition, it sort of depends on you to sort of have that down. We don't need our coaches telling us what to eat and what not to eat. We should know that. I know certain boys now come in after a long time off, and if their body's not in good shape, they'll be told now what to eat or a certain way to get to. So
that's just naughty boy.
Literally, yeah.
I think what's
naughty
been
boy nutrition, is it?
Yeah.
I think what's been good is that there's big culture of education here, so we want to empower the players to go and make good decisions and manage themselves really well. I think that's part of how our SSC group sets up, and like Jordan said, give Jordan the knowledge that he knows what to eat, knows what to select, knows when he needs to be in the gym and when he needs to be resting. That's definitely part of our DNA and our culture here, and it's showing on the pitch at the minute with the way the boys are playing, and they're taking ownership of what they've got to do, and they've got that sense of responsibility.
So I guess when you're partnering and sharing with the local clubs in the community, that's the sort of information that you're sharing for young kids coming through, what it's like to be a professional sports person, and it's almost sort of getting that into that mindset early doors.
Yeah, absolutely. So we had an open training session down here where we invited coaches from the community to come in. I think we had 50 coaches from the local clubs in Nottinghamshire, Lincolnshire and Derbyshire. They came in, we did an education session in the clubhouse, and then they came out and watched the session, and then the boys came in and did a question and answer with them afterwards. So
excellent.
It's starting to build those sort of links and pass on some of the things that we're doing. And what's great is the lads were able to sit and chat with the coaches and pick up some things from them as well. So it's quite nice. It's a really good two-way process.
Yeah, it's always sharing. You can probably hear that there's a game going on at the moment. That's between Nottingham Trent University and
Leicester University.
Local derby.
Yeah, so a local derby. So it's the second team. It's the second team from NTU. Have got a game there, and then Nottingham Trent's first team are playing down here later against Cardiff now. So Wednesday afternoons are a really good hub of activity down here. So the university have 3 or 4 games. We've just got off the pitch and finished training ourselves. So, and it's nice to see. So you if you look over the shoulder there's like 4 or 5 of the first team boys from Nottingham out watching the second team game. And there'll be most of the boys will stay and watch the game this afternoon.
Sure.
So you've got I know that one of the partnerships, apart from Catena, and of course we'll talk about that, but one of the partnerships that you have is with Nottingham Trent University. Explain how that works.
So we share across all of our resources really. So Alex O'Dowd, who's one of the main coaches at Nottingham Rugby, also heads up the rugby programme over at NTU. So we share coaches, we share the resource of the facility down here at the bay. So NTU's rugby is based down here, uses the gym, uses the physio rooms, the change rooms, all the rest of it. And then we also have a player programme, so 10 players who are studying at Nottingham Trent University also have contracts with the senior club.
And presumably then it's the next step towards professional, if they're able to.
Yeah, and they can make a good choice then at the end of their 3 or 4 years in university, whether they're going to be professional rugby or whether they're going to go into a career. It just opens up those things for you.
It's always tough, isn't it, for a professional sports person thinking about what it is that they do. It may be short-lived for whatever reason, or you may have a good 20-year career or whatever. So does the club help the players sort of start thinking about that kind of thing? Does the RFU, the union?
Yeah, so at the club here we run a programme where the lads are released from the club on every Wednesday afternoon. So you'll see the lads out in the community coaching, different clubs, different schools. Some will go off and do work experience in an office in town, in real estate. Some are in wealth management and they go and do their own things. I know Jordan has just signed up for a Bachelor's of Arts degree at a university, so that Wednesday afternoon gives Jordan the opportunity to go and do his studies, and that's online, isn't it?
Yeah. So distance learning.
So can we ask what you're doing, what your plans are?
Yeah, it's a leadership and management course in Northumbria, and it's a 3-year, but I'm just doing a 2-year degree, and it's all online, so it's distance learning. So it gives me the opportunity now to train every day and not have to go to the actual lectures and go home, be able to do it online. So it's something I can actually.
Yeah. What are your plans? Not that I'm trying to retire you off yet, because presumably the club wants a couple more years of sponsorship out of me for you. So
yeah. To be honest, it's something I probably haven't thought about too much. Like I'm really focused on sort of doing well, sort of every day, and just playing my rugby as I go on. And it's something I probably maybe should think about a bit more. But that's why this course that I'm doing should give me a bit more of an understanding what I want to do.
And presumably the leadership and management side of things you can utilise on the field.
It's something we sort of do every day here, isn't it? So it's something I can definitely bring into my course, and it'll give me a bit more of an advantage.
So Neil, how does the role of a captain fit within a rugby club? Probably trying to get you a promotion here, Jordan, but that means my sponsorship will go up. But what's the role of a captain within rugby?
Yeah, they take on a pretty important role actually. Not only are they sort of that figurehead out on the field, they've got responsibilities in terms of managing officials and referees while the game is going on, and they're also the face of the side of the club off the field, so there's that dual responsibility. The way we like to set it up here, again going back to that theme around education and responsibility, is we'll have leadership groups. So there's a leadership group that work together to set standards and what's expected in behaviour from the players and the way we do things around here in terms of our environment. And then there's other leadership groups. So Jordan's part of the attack group, so his responsibility with his group of peers is to set the attack plan for the week. Along with the coaches. There's a defence group and there's a line-out group, and by the end of it we all come together, and then the captain is the one that sits on top of that and works with the head coach to make sure that's what we deliver out on the pitch. So a little bit like a business in a lot of respects.
It's a real team, isn't it?
Yeah, so you've got everyone's got their own departments, but we're all working towards that end goal. A little bit how we work with Joe and everyone in the office. We all know what the end goal is, and we want to all work together to get there. We have to do that. We do that on a weekly, daily basis with the team. But yeah, just going back to the captain, it's a really important role, and we want them to be the figurehead of the club really, and the person that's out there in the limelight, and someone that everyone wants to aspire to be like, but also a little bit of an inspiration for everyone who comes here and sees the games.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. One final question then. What are your goals for this season? It's probably an obvious question, but let's hear it from you both.
Well, we as a group, we sort of discussed our goals, and we do it every season, and one of the main one was finish top 4 to top 6, and the way we're playing now, it's really shown that we're on track to do that. So we just need to take sort of every week as it comes and keep trying to make, especially this place here, a fortress, and trying to win all our home games. We've different type of goals, but I think the end goal is to finish top 4 to top 6 and around there. So
excellent.
Yeah, no, I think Jordan's perfectly right there. We want to improve year on year. We finished 8th last year. We want to push up into that top 6 this year, and the boys know that if we have a little bit of luck and they keep going the way they're going, then that's definitely possible. And Jordan said we want to make this place a fortress. We want people to enjoy coming down to the Bay, watch good rugby, but also watch winning rugby as well, which is always very important to the club and the boys.
Brilliant, thank you for that. So I hope you've been inspired to come down to the Lady Bay Fortress and watch the Green and Whites play rugby. They need your support, they want your support, and they appreciate your support. So check on the website and you'll see when the next home game is. We look forward to seeing you in our next broadcast.